maybe you could say a few words about why you chose, for some of your first public remarks, to speak to the technology community rather than, say, the policy community in Washington.
Well, thank you for the introduction. I would say South by Southwest and the technology community, the people who are in the room in Austin right now, they're the folks who can really fix things, who can enforce our rights through technical standards, even when Congress hasn't yet gotten to the point of creating legislation to protect our rights in the same manner. When we think about
Hi, I'm Omar Gallaga with the Austin American Statesman. We just saw Edward Snowden speak in public for the first time at South by Southwest Interactive in a special presentation that was helped by the ACLU. Snowden was defiant. He was not at all regretful about the NSA leaks that he participated in. He actually said that the South by Southwest audience, the reason he chose this venue to speak publicly for the first time was because he feels this is the audience that can do something about privacy and encryption and security, that they can come up with technical solutions to help people have more encrypted data and to cut down on mass surveillance by the NSA and other government entities. So it was a very interesting presentation. He was beamed in via Google Hangout with the U.S. Constitution as the backdrop for his avatar. He spoke very eloquently. He seemed very smart. He had a very good sense of what solutions need to happen. He suggested people use full disk encryption, browser plugins, and Tor to make their own connections more secure so that mass surveillance becomes too expensive for entities like the NSA to engage in. He also suggested that people pressure companies like Google and Facebook to make data more secure. There's kind of a fundamental push and pull on that because companies like Google and Facebook, to hear the panelists tell it, are really advertising companies that it's in their interest to keep their stuff more open. So there's a lot of talk about how companies are involved in privacy and security issues, how the government needs to be pressured, and whether people would be willing to pay more money, whether people would be willing to pay, say, $5 more a month to have more secure data. Right now it seems like it's the path of least resistance. People use whatever's on their phone, whatever's there by default, and Snowden believes that that's a huge problem, that companies will offer tools and apps that are not secure, and that's just what people end up using. So definitely a call to action here today from Edward Snowden, who appeared very poised. He was speaking to us, I believe, from Russia, but the connection actually worked out better than it did on Saturday with Julian Assange. So a very interesting presentation, full room, packed, lots of interest in it and lots of Twitter activity. So I think it was a pretty successful presentation for the festival. The audio was a little muddy, but overall it went very, very well. Yeah, Edward Snowden here at South by Southwest Interactive for the first time. We'll have more coverage and wrap-ups today and tomorrow as things wrap up.